I look more like a Hollister model now, so that's why I can fit in their clothes.
Yeah, you look sexy.
I certainly do. I certainly do.
I don't know if I would date you, though, if I was into guys.
Well, it wasn't long before the story of John's little miracle was sweeping the nation.
Out of a Boston suburb comes what is, without a doubt, the most incredible story.
No, you guys, it's not about that. I don't care about that. I mean, I'd love him if he was a janitor. I mean, he has a huge heart, and we laugh a lot. It's just a bonus that he's like the hottest guy in Boston.
Well, no shit. What have we got here? A fucking comedian, private joker. I admire your honesty. Hell, I like you.
Well, right now, put your hands together for the one and only Jon Arez!
Hello, Josh.
Hello, John.
How are you?
Great.
It's good to see you.
Good.
It's good to have you back in the studio for another episode of the Views from the John podcast.
Thanks.
I'm Jon Arez. This guy is Josh.
Thanks.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We sure?
I'm positive. I think I'm Josh.
Okay, this guy's Josh.
I'll pinch myself.
You know, Josh, over the years, I've come to realize that sex is a lot like pizza.
I do like pizza.
Even when it's bad?
I hate when you talk about food. I'm always hungry when I come
Wow. You're gonna step all over my fucking punchline, huh? Jesus Christ. Over the years, Josh, I've come to realize that sex is a lot like pizza. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You ever had just truly, really awful pizza? I mean, even when it's bad, it's still pretty good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. So sex is like pizza.
Yes.
Let me give you an example, man. Because I know how sexual of a person you are.
I am?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Serial fornicating all over Massachusetts.
No.
Fucking Bill Cosby and different women.
No. Oh, man.
I swear to God, that's how you're doing it.
I'm not.
I swear to God.
I'm not. You might think.
It literally makes me scratch my head, the kind of success that you have
You might think.
with women. No, it boggles my mind. It really does.
Why?
I have to think that like you're into some kind of black magic, that
Black
you're
magic.
putting some kind of voodoo spell on these women, or you're doing some kind of roofie in the drink.
I drink tea
Something.
with honey.
There's something to it, dude.
You should try it.
It's an anomaly.
It's not.
It's a complete anomaly. It is. But anyways, sex. Sex is a lot like pizza.
Pizza.
Yep. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good.
I love pizza.
Yeah, and I love sex, even when it's bad. And lately, I had a bad one. It's a lot like pizza.
I like pizza.
Yeah. And who doesn't like sex?
Some people don't.
Nancy Pelosi?
Yeah, probably.
Probably. But anyways, dude, the reason I say this is because there was this particular lady that I've dated and that I've hooked up with periodically over the years, right? Mm-hmm. And she's like a last resort kind of call if you're in need, because having sex with her it's a challenge. It's like the bad pizza I'm talking about. She's not the quick, easy, delicious slice.
No.
She's the pizza that's tastes great at the time, but then sits in your stomach for 24 hours like a rock. You know? Yeah, you know, it's good at the time, but okay, so let me explain, dude. She literally won't let you leave the bedroom until she's had an orgasm.
Oh.
And it doesn't matter if you're plowing away for 2 hours like a champ.
Right.
If that's not good enough,
Do you have problems?
Does it sound like it's a problem with the dude?
Well, no. If she,
After 2 hours of screwing?
if she's complaining that you...
No. I'm just saying, this is just how she is.
Oh, all right.
Some of my, there's a specific friend of mine that actually has dated this girl, and he's had the same problem.
Really?
Yeah.
So you guys are kind of sharing?
Know what I'm saying, dude? It's like, okay, in most situations, okay, let's say the guy climaxes during sex and the girl doesn't. Typically, it's, it's over. You get up, you clean up, or, and both people are, generally satisfied of the conclusion. Sometimes you both climax at the same time and you're both happy.
You don't snuggle or anything afterwards?
Whatever, okay? But what happens with this particular lady, dude, is even if you put forth the effort, like I'm not talking like premature, like you only last 5 minutes and then you're done, and then you feel really bad because who can get off in 5 minutes, Yeah. But I'm talking like you could put in 2 hours worth of work with this woman. And if she doesn't orgasm, you ain't going anywhere. And she gets like forceful and aggressive and serious.
Really?
Like you get up to go to the bathroom and she's just like, where do you think you're going? And then like out come the friggin' power tools, bro.
Yeah?
Oh yeah. When she comes over with like, she's a friggin' carpenter, dude. She comes over with a sack of power tools.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's probably why she's having a hard time. Or
Single?
Yeah.
In her 40s?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, dude. But I don't know. Can you paint the picture I'm going for with this girl?
Yeah, and that's I don't know if I could be with anybody like that.
I can't. This is why we're not together, and this is why she's literally last on my list. If there was a desperate need for me to hook up and I needed, an old hookup faithful, a friend with benefits. She's literally last on the list of the friends with benefits, dude.
An old faithful?
Yeah.
I like that.
If I need an old faithful, she's last on the list.
That's
just
funny.
because it's going to be a challenge.
Yeah.
So just picture this, dude. You've just been banging for 2 hours. That should earn any guy like a Nobel Prize. If you can last 2 hours, just giving it to somebody.
Yeah.
But, and she doesn't even appreciate that. If that 2 hours of banging didn't do it, she literally makes you stay. She breaks out the power tool, and then you're sitting there with one power tool on one spot, and then she's got the other one on another spot. And you're just sitting there for like another hour.
That's wild.
Yeah. She's jackhammering away, I'm jackhammering, and I'm bored, dude. All I want to do now is like go smoke a cigarette and have like a cup of coffee or something.
You can't do that?
No.
You're not a multitasker?
Because she won't let you leave the bedroom.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is crazy, but it's the honest to God's true story.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't do it anymore, but I guess,
You kicked her out?
Yeah, dude. Like, literally, what I just said described the last time that we had sex.
So now you got nothing?
So now I don't call her anymore for that reason. Like we're still friends, but it's just, it's too complicated to hook up with someone like that.
Right. It is. I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't really look for women like that,
Yeah, nobody does, but that's just how she is. She's very demanding.
I don't have an old faithful.
It doesn't matter if it takes 5 hours. And like 4.5 of those
torture.
is like power tools.
That's torture, man.
Imagine sitting there for 4.5 hours, having to hold like your arm up, and it gets tired.
Do you have to like do anything?
Oh yeah, sometimes she wants even more.
You gotta like perform.
And of course, if you're a guy out there, what your whole attitude changes once that release has happened. So the last thing you want to be doing is, like, especially if you're not in love with the girl, is just be sitting there for longer. Like, you've already done your thing, and you're just like, zzz, it's miserable, dude. It's like being in the fucking doctor's chair, man, or the dentist chair with the zzz. You're just like, oh my God, I want this to be over. And she'll go psycho if you leave or like try to leave.
Right.
Like she like is OCD. Like it's just like, whoa, you know. Dude, what happened to you?
What?
It's like the second we turned this friggin' audio on, you just had the life sucked out of you.
I don't know.
What's wrong, buddy?
Nothing.
You were so quiet.
Yeah. I don't like talking about sex, man. It's just awkward.
Oh, did I trigger you?
No, you didn't trigger me. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to talk about it.
I thought you cleared it.
I didn't clear anything.
You told me a couple of days ago. You're like, yeah, just let me, just let me call my manager.
And I didn't call my manager.
Oh, you didn't call your manager?
No, I didn't.
No?
No.
Oh.
And I didn't tell you that.
No, you didn't.
So I guess it's my fault.
It would have been nice to know, because I remember you saying that your manager on the phone wasn't going to have a problem with it.
No, my manager won't have a problem with it. It's just...
Right. You just didn't bother calling your manager.
No,
But had you called your manager like you were supposed to, your manager wouldn't have had a problem about it, and then you wouldn't have had a problem about me bringing it up, and then you wouldn't have... Then...
Correct. It's my fault.
Then you wouldn't have been...
Let's talk about pooping.
Oh, now you want to talk about pooping.
That's what you want to talk about. I don't even can fit in any of those clothes.
That's right. Because you're a freak. Hollister's pretty much prejudiced towards people of your, I wouldn't say height, but weight.
Yeah. I don't remember the last time I could actually go to the mall and put on a...
I look more like a Hollister model now, so that's why I can fit in their clothes.
Yeah, you look sexy.
I certainly do. I certainly do.
I don't know if I would date you, though, if I was into guys.
I
think they have quality.
You have their ultra soft underwear?
Maybe.
Yeah? Is it ultra soft?
Maybe.
Maybe. So,
you want to feel them?
Huh?
You want to feel them?
Absolutely not.
Oh.
You know what else happened to me lately, Josh?
Go for it.
I get angry.
You always get angry.
I get upset.
You always get angry and upset.
You wouldn't like me if I got angry.
You're always angry.
You're an asshole. I'm not always angry.
Sometimes you are.
No, I got a lot of patience, man.
A little bit. A little bit of patience.
Think about it. Think about where I live.
Yeah, yes.
Okay? Think about the other things I deal with. I'm patient. I'm patient. I'm patient. I have patience, dude.
You need patience.
Takes a little patience. But anyways,
yeah, you got a lot going on around here.
I called
It's busy.
another company because I needed help. And I'll call them out because I've given them praise before, but now I can shit on them. And it's not just this company. It's so many others. There's no customer service anymore, man.
No, it's gone.
I called Apple support, okay? I needed to set up an appointment to have my headphones swapped out because they're busted.
Oh, yeah, I brought my headphones for you.
Yeah, I've already done that because you didn't bring them last week.
Yeah, I did. You just didn't remind me.
Oh, whatever. But I figured it out. I need new headphones.
All right.
And you got to call Apple to set up an appointment to go into the Apple store to get new headphones under warranty. So I call up Apple, dude, okay? And just here's what ended up aggravating me, okay? So I call Apple, and it took 30 minutes, all right, to get somebody on the phone, first of all. So already, who's not going to be aggravated after waiting 30 minutes, right? That's a pretty high wait time, all right?
That's why you need patience, man.
Okay, but dude, I've waited longer. That's fine.
Yeah.
So next thing, after 30 minutes, the woman who picks up, she spoke extremely broken English.
Yeah.
I got no problem, all right? But she was literally like next to impossible to understand. I picked up on maybe every third word, and I was really sweet to her. And I tried so hard to, explain to her what was going on, and she just wasn't really getting it. And then she tells me that every appointment for my store is taken indefinitely. And I'm like, what do you mean indefinitely?
What?
She's like, well, for the next week. And I was like, you only book appointments to go into the store for a week? She's like, yeah, because it's COVID. And I'm like, nah, this is crazy. Like, I've gone and made 1 billion appointments with you guys, even during COVID. And I've always gotten an appointment, like, instantly.
Why'd she say indefinitely, though?
I don't know, but again...
That means, like, forever.
I'm only picking up on every other word she's saying, dude.
Yeah.
She's like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't understand her. And that's another thing, dude. If you're going to have United States customers connect to a call center, make sure the people can speak decent English. You know, I'm not trying to be racist or, but it's
difficult.
If you can't, it's somebody's calling support because they're in trouble. They're already angry because their phone's not working. And then by having a long wait time, you're agitating people more. And then you're connecting people to other people. It could be Chinese, somebody with somebody from India. It doesn't have to be white with, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's anybody with anybody. Try to connect that region of the country with other people of that region so they can understand each other.
Yeah.
Right? So you're already pissed off the phone's broken. Now you're waiting on hold for a long time. And then they pick up and you don't understand them. And then they tell you something ridiculous, like my store isn't taking appointments, which I knew was BS, right?
Right.
So then I asked to speak to her supervisor.
Is this the local one at the mall? Or no?
That's the store I'm trying to get into.
All right.
But when you call Apple, you could talk to anyone in the world.
Yeah, you could.
So I was talking to somebody that wasn't from America. I don't know where they were from. But anyways, she puts me on hold. 10 more minutes, then she comes back and says, yeah, our supervisor doesn't pick up the phone if it has anything to do with people complaining about appointments. And I'm just like, what?
What's going on?
What kind of customer service is this? And this is literally what I said to her. I'm like, dude, I've probably spent $20,000 on Apple products.
Yeah.
And I said, this is the worst customer service I've ever seen. Like, this is ridiculous.
Right.
And I was like, fuck you, lady. And I just hung up the phone. Because you know what I was doing? I was multitasking while I was talking to her.
Nice.
While I was talking to her, I went into a previous appointment I had with our local Genius bar. You know, the Apple people at the store. They call them the Genius bar.
Really?
Yeah. Like, you go in there and there's like a bar in the back, but they don't serve alcohol. It's a bunch of Apple wizards.
Is that like a barista?
I don't know. They call it a bar, dude, but they don't serve anything. They call it the Genius Bar. Like, all the people that work in there are geniuses. I don't know. That's just what they call it. But anyways, I went into like an online system where it recognized me, it recognized my phone. It asked me why I wanted to make an appointment, and I said because I got headphones that aren't working under warranty, and then it let me pick based on what days and time slots they had available for this week. The lady on the phone who had me on hold at this point told me there was no appointments. I just made one online while she was telling me that. And then when I asked to talk to her supervisor, she's like, no, we don't take supervisory calls for that.
It sounded probably like she didn't have anything, like she didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So that's my point. Is there anybody from Apple that's listening or watching this?
So did you get your appointment?
Something like that would literally make me like boycott Apple. It's, well, I mean, maybe not for one instance like that, but it's just like, what horrible customer service that is.
Yeah, I'm not really big on boycotting companies.
If I wasn't savvy enough to be on their online system while I was on the phone with her, she's telling me one thing and I'm literally doing another through their own system.
Yeah.
And I got the appointment and she told me I couldn't. So what if somebody wasn't computer savvy like me? they would have just believed her, that there was no talking to a supervisor and that there was no appointments, and they would just be stuck with their product.
Okay.
Unable to exchange it. Why? Because my warranty's up in like a month.
Yeah.
So.
I would just go down there and talk to them, strangle somebody.
Yeah, but you just can't go in the store. They'll ask you if you have an appointment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and you're like, no. And they're like, no, you need an
I
appointment.
haven't been to a store in
Well, it's also COVID.
like a mall forever, so.
Yeah, but that's the thing with the Apple Store. If you want to get your shit, like, replaced under warranty or looked at under warranty, you have to take it to an Apple Store.
Yeah.
And you need an appointment through Apple before you go. You just can't walk in. Just FYI.
Yeah. Thanks.
And yeah, I appreciate you telling me to move along with the story. When literally, when I left you alone to talk for a minute, you're like,
I didn't tell you to move along.
no.
Did you get your buds? Did you get your earbuds?
No, dude. I just called for the appointment.
Oh, so you haven't gone yet?
No.
Oh.
All right.
Well, I hope you get new earbuds.
I will. Friday. I'll
Nice.
have them. Yeah. Hiccups, dude. You ever get the hiccups?
Hiccups. Sometimes, yeah. I get them a lot.
Is there any kind of special technique that you have for getting rid of them?
Peanut butter.
Yeah, see? Everybody has a technique that's unique to them that gets rid of the hiccups. The technique that was taught to me in 5th grade is the only technique that works for me. No one's ever heard of it. It doesn't work for anybody else, but it works for me.
Yeah.
The technique you just said, I don't think anyone knows of. So explain to us what you do with peanut butter to get rid of your hiccups.
Just eat a spoonful of peanut butter. There's nothing really scientific about it. You don't drink anything afterwards. You just eat a spoonful of peanut butter.
So every time you get the hiccups, that's the only thing that cures it?
No, it goes away on its own. Sometimes I don't have a peanut butter jar handy.
Do your hiccups, like, okay, so let's say like you're in your truck driving and you get the hiccups and they're not going away and you don't have any peanut butter.
I usually...
Do they last like a long time and then you get uncomfortable?
It depends, but...
Because I know if I can't get rid of them after like 10, 15 minutes, I start to like feel sick. I'm like, oh, this sucks, dude. Like,
if that happens, I take a deep breath, and then if you breathe as far, or you breathe deep as far as you can, and then you take one more gulp once you hit that point, and that opens up your bottom part of your lungs.
let me tell you what I did, or what I do, okay?
Okay.
I think it was a guidance counselor or somebody. It was a 5th grade teacher. No, it was a teacher in my elementary school in 5th grade that taught me how to do this. And it's the only thing to this day in my 40s that actually cures my hiccups. Cures them pretty much instantaneously, right? But I can't always do this. And if my hiccups last more than 10, 15 minutes, like I said, I start to feel really like nauseous, right? So my trick is I have to stand up against a flat wall and then stretch out so my stomach is completely flat, and you got to stretch and stretch and stretch so that you can actually feel your stomach muscles pulling. And while you're stretching up against that wall, you're actually drinking. It can be anything, and drinking and swallowing very slowly. And when I do that, it cures it every time. But if I'm in the car, I can't like stretch up against the wall and drink.
Yeah, right.
Or if I don't have anything to drink, like if I'm out in the woods on my wheeler or something like that, I can't do it. And like I said, the longer I have the hiccups, the sicker I feel. But check this out, dude. And you even said that you start to feel kind of ill, right? If you can't get rid of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It jobbles up your stomach.
You know what the world's record is for okay, listen to this. A dude had the hiccups for 68 straight years.
Wow.
Couldn't get rid of them.
That's horrible.
They say by like medical terms, they say they're harmless, but I don't know. I hate the hiccups, but that's how I get rid of them. Anyone else I've told that story to about how I do it, if they attempt it, it doesn't happen.
No.
So you know what I think it is? You know what I think gets rid of the hiccups? Or what definitely gets rid of the hiccups is just, it's your mind. In my mind, in my conscious and subconscious, I've made up my mind that like that's what I have to do to get rid of the hiccups. In your mind, it's You swallow peanut butter, that does it. But if you've ever noticed that, like, if somebody gets your mind off of, like, the hiccups, like if somebody calls you while you're hiccuping and it just completely separates that, like, link to the hiccups, they'll just go away.
Really?
It's all mind over matter.
Huh.
Like, I firmly believe that, like, we have the power. Almost like, we have the power. I feel we have the power to actually heal ourselves.
I love He-Man.
Yeah.
He-Man's awesome.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going for. Dude, listen to this. Do you know, and you're probably going to be surprised by the fact that I've never heard of this next thing, and I don't even have one.
I'm surprised about a lot of stuff about you, John.
Yeah, I bet. But there is a COVID-19 anti-germ thing. It's like a grabbing tool. Have you seen it?
A grabbing tool?
Yeah.
Like the T-Rex thing that you can like grab stuff with, or no? What is it?
How would I explain it? It's a piece of metal that almost looks like like it's a pickaxe, but it doesn't have like an axe at the end of it. It's just like a metal bar.
All right.
It almost looks like a metal long carabiner, but it's not a carabiner.
Does it have like a hook?
It's
at the
just
end?
like a hook. So it's like this metal hook thing. So, and I saw it on like a YouTube like infomercial, and some of them slide out of like pocket wallets. Like,
Really?
have you seen those pocket? You probably, yeah.
I don't watch a lot of
You
TV,
don't
man.
see literally anything.
No, I don't.
All you know how to do is shit, eat, drive a truck, and fuck, dude.
No.
You don't watch movies. You don't.
I watch movies.
It's so hilarious, dude.
Why is it hilarious? I live a common life.
You've seen the alternative to wallets, right? Like money clips.
Yeah, I got a money clip.
But they have like things that are even further than money clips. They're like hybrids between money clips and wallets. They're almost like a Swiss Army knife. And
So it's like a pocket protector?
and there's tools that come out. Yeah, but you don't put it in your pocket. You put it in your
Where do you put it?
pocket protector. Go up here
Yeah.
to protect your pocket from pens exploding. This has nothing to do with pens exploding.
Yeah. So it's like
Anyways.
a Swiss Army knife wallet.
Right. Evidently, there's the same tool slides out of these things.
All right.
All right.
It's like a telescope.
It's a metal hook that people can use to open things without touching it
All right.
because of COVID reasons. You know, like nobody wants to touch a doorknob during COVID, right?
There's a lot of people making money off this.
So this tool will actually twist a doorknob. If it's a twisting doorknob door, or if it's just a pull door, it'll latch onto it and pull it. If you have a bunch of groceries to carry out, you literally hook it onto it and just carry it like this. So you don't have to touch the, you know what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying. It's just,
So it's a tool to literally not touch anything.
yeah.
So if you have to open or carry anything, you don't have to touch it, rather than putting gloves on. And evidently, people are using this tool.
Yeah.
Now, you know what a friggin' germ freak I am.
Yeah.
I didn't even know this thing existed. Do you think I ran right out and got one?
No, but there's
No.
there's tons of people that buy crap like that
No,
on
but
TV.
I do touch my grocery handles. I do. I'm not that friggin' anal. And I don't touch doorknobs with my hand ever. But I don't need a tool to do it, you know?
I always see those, you know, those hanging tomato plants that they always advertise. You know, no, it's kind of like what you call that number, and we have a limited amount of.
Is this when you watch TV in the 90s? Because I
Yeah.
think I remember it from then.
Well, they're still selling them because they still see them.
Like a chia pet?
Kinda. It's a tomato plant though. You hang it up and it just grows down. And you eat the tomatoes. I see them everywhere,
What do you mean, everywhere?
like on people's patios, on people's doors, just on their porches, just hanging there.
Just tomatoes everywhere?
Tomatoes everywhere.
Wasn't there a movie about killer tomatoes?
Yeah, it was an 80s movie.
Was it called Killer Tomatoes?
It was.
What was it called? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes?
Yeah. And I think the only thing that killed him was a song. I forget what song that killed him.
There was a song that killed him?
Yeah, it was a horrible movie. Horrible ending.
Damn.
That's all they needed to play was this song, and it killed all the tomatoes.
Remember how we were talking a week or two ago about talking to yourself?
Yeah.
This kind of ties into that, but you know what I caught myself doing? Because I'm so observational, hyper aware of what I'm doing, what other people are doing.
Yeah.
But, like, you know how you might smack your elbow or hit your knee on something and it hurts?
Yeah.
You usually go, ah, right?
Yeah.
Or ow.
Yeah, I usually swear at myself.
Or fuck, right, yeah. What I've caught myself doing lately, and it's only because I've become more hyper aware of my actions, but like even when I like actually just bump the table or bump anything, even if it doesn't hurt, I still say it.
Yeah, I do it all the time.
Like even if I stand up and like my leg cracks or my back cracks, even though there's zero pain, I'll go, oh. It's like, why? You know?
That's an old man thing. You're getting old.
It's probably too soon to make fun of, no, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
You don't even know what I want to say.
Oh, I was talking about what we were just talking about. The creaks and how you say ow after everything.
Yeah, it's too soon to make fun of that. No. No, what I was going to talk about is the band Van Halen. They had a particular song, but this is more poking fun at David Lee Roth, because David Lee Roth was a kook, right?
Yeah, he still is.
Real eccentric, crazy kind of guy. And what movie was I watching recently? There was a movie that was on TV recently, and Panama was playing. Panama,
Yeah.
right? And there's a part in that song where there's like a bridge where he's like talking, and I've just like that typo negative song on the Halloween special.
Oh, he's kind of like talking like all soft and sexy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, what the I think.
Grab the stick.
Yeah, no, he's like. I've always thought that was so
Lean back.
so cheesy. Yeah, he's like, we're running a little bit hot tonight.
Yeah.
I can feel the heat coming up off the road.
Yeah, that's creepy.
I reach down between my legs and ease the seat back.
What you know? What's more creepier is hearing it come out of you.
Yeah, I bet.
That's creepy.
You know what? I have to give another little. I have to rant. I have to get something off my chest.
Because you're angry.
Yeah. No, I'm not angry. It's just I was brought up to just be common sense. And when I don't see people being commonsensical, it really irritates me.
Is that a word? Commonsensical.
I think it is. Common is definitely a word.
Yeah.
Sensical is a word.
Right.
Common sense. So when I see such a lack of common sense, especially in somebody I feel has a lot of it, it really irritates me, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not even going to say the person's name. It's somebody who's in my life, so to speak, and he's got a very different view on mask wearing.
Is it
Okay?
me?
Huh?
Is it me?
No, it's not you.
Oh.
But there's somebody that I know that has a very, very vocal disdain for anyone that doesn't wear a mask just 24/7 outside of their home. Doesn't matter what they're doing. If they don't have a mask on, he feels like they're killing people. And it's starting to really bug me about this dude, okay? And it's like, you know, he brings it up constantly, and he's like, if you don't wear a mask, he says, you're the biggest idiot on the planet, and you're going to kill people.
Really?
And when that's not the case, you know, wearing a mask, dude, is like walking out of using a restroom and just getting your hands wet. Instead of using soap and water, thinking like that's going to take care of germs, right? You agree with me here, right?
Yeah.
I mean, wearing a mask is like having sex with a broken condom. Wearing a mask is just a fraction of a percentage of what you would really have to do to fully protect yourself from catching C-19.
Right.
Is my point. But there's people out there that are just like mask Nazis. You know, I wear a mask
Yeah.
when it's appropriate.
Yeah.
But to be like this dude, he's, you know, because he's got a platform, he's semi-famous, and he's just out there, like, just running his mouth like crazy that, you know, if you don't wear a mask, you're going to kill people. And it's just like, no, there's a happy medium to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There is a happy medium.
There is. But what people have to understand, dude, is that wearing a mask isn't like kryptonite to Superman, you know?
I have to wear a mask
And
all day long, basically.
I really need to beat that into his head, man, you know?
What are you going to do? What are you going to tell him? Be like, no.
I don't know, dude.
Stop.
It's really hard to, you know, wake somebody up to something, especially when, you know, there's ego involved.
Yeah. Yeah.
So check this out, dude. I got some news stories here. Just gonna, I don't even really know the stories. All I just know is the titles, and the titles are great. Okay. So Pennsylvania police capture a pig that was wandering loose in the road.
Cool. What'd they do with it? Does it say? Whereabouts in Pennsylvania?
Let me rewind to the fact that this is all I know about these stories.
Oh.
So the questions you just asked are completely irrelevant. Okay, but listen, the Pennsylvania police, I don't know, state police? There's no Pennsylvania police. I believe, and I don't know, Pennsylvania, probably the police are by the county, not by the city. So I don't know. But they capture a pig wandering loose in the road. So what do? They just picked up one of their own that was wandering out in the road?
That's not good. But, no, it's probably just a pig, somebody's farm.
Is that what they've been reduced to? We're trying to defund them, but we have them rounding up pigs in the road,
Well, it's a road hazard.
like a pig in the blanket.
I've seen cows loose on the road and they pick those up.
Here's another one. A man was caught walking a stuffed dog after curfew in the Czech Republic.
Nice. Czech Republic.
Yeah.
I didn't know they had a curfew out there.
Yeah, evidently in the Czech Republic they have a curfew due to the C-19 pandemic. And evidently after this curfew, the only people that can be out in the city is people who are walking dogs.
Really?
So this guy's like, F that, I don't have a dog. So he goes out and gets a stuffed dog and puts a leash on it, and the guy's like dragging it through the snow. And yeah, he got caught.
I think they would let him go if he lived out here.
But this is a good one, and maybe if I think of it, I'll throw the picture up for people so they can look at.
Sure.
But in Wisconsin State Patrol stopped a Toyota Corolla because it had a snowmobile on its roof.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's Wisconsin, though.
People thought it would be acceptable to put a,
Yeah,
snowmobile
if it works.
on top of a Toyota Corolla to get it from one place to
If it
another.
works, it works.
But here's the thing, dude. They didn't put it like lengthwise from like the hood to the trunk.
Oh, they put it sideways?
They put it sideways, so it was like really hanging off the car.
Nice.
So it could have just tipped over and it was in the other lane. I mean, it would have been halfway acceptable if it was the long way, because then it would have been sticking out the car. But
Yeah.
they put it sideways.
Toyota
No,
Corolla.
no.
The Corolla's a small car.
You probably saw the picture. Early 2000s, there was a picture going around the internet of some dude in Florida with his heroined out girlfriend passed out in the front seat. It was like in the parking lot of Home Depot.
I love stories from Florida. They're
And-
hilarious.
I remember it was a Jetta, and there was a white chick passed out in the front seat, like I said, that looked like she was on a heroin overdose.
Yeah.
And these people had like 3,000 pounds of lumber on the roof, and the back tires had blown out,
Wow.
and it was just sitting on the rear rims. Like, where?
That's great.
Yeah, dude.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
So check this out, here's one more, okay? Potholes and a fed-up driver, right? There was a driver around here in North Attleboro, okay? And the dude...
That's the South Shore.
The South Shore. There was a guy up in North Attleboro, right? The dude got 4 flat tires. 4.
Yeah.
He got 4 of them flat tires in one night.
Wow.
Due to the same potholes that he's complained about numerous times over on Route 1. So you know what he did?
What?
He got fed up. He kept writing letter after letter after letter about them potholes
Yeah.
out on Route 1. So he goes over to the Home Depot, he buys some supplies, and he returns to the potholes that night, and he planted Christmas trees inside the potholes.
That's festive. That's good.
So this dude took matters into his own hands. Didn't buy asphalt. He bought some Christmas trees and he planted them.
Asphalt's expensive.
But that very next day, what do you think happened?
I'm sure they got filled.
They got filled. So complaining didn't work, popping all 4 tires didn't work, but the second he planted Christmas trees in there, they filled him in.
Nice.
That's how he got stuff done.
I guess that's how you got to do things around here. Take matters in your own hands to get stuff fixed.
Yeah.
That's seductive.
Josh,
What?
tell me about your colonoscopy.
My colonoscopy?
Yeah, because I've only had one, and it's when I was very young, because I had a disease that was causing me to die, and they had to go in that way to look at it. And this was in the 80s when technology was crude. I was half awake for it. In the back of my head, I can still remember going through it. But yeah, that's about my only experience with it. But evidently, you are a pro. You love it.
I don't love drinking this stuff, but I do love, like...
Drinking the stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so people who have colonoscopies
Yeah,
or
you
even...
You got to flush your system out the day prior.
you have to drink, what do they call it? Barium?
I don't know.
Or-
It's basically ocean water, and it tastes horrible.
I've heard it tastes like salt water or
Yeah,
something.
it tastes like the ocean.
And they give it to you at the place?
No, I picked it up today, actually, before I came over, even though my procedure is not for a month. But, yeah,
So what do you got to do?
I got to drink
How much of it?
a lot.
Okay.
Like a little over a gallon, I think.
You have to drink a gallon of this shit?
Yeah.
For how long?
Well, you gotta do a good portion of it the day prior. And then when the day comes of your procedure, you gotta finish it off, whatever's left.
Okay.
I want to say it's like...
So about a day prior, you start drinking a gallon of this stuff.
Yeah.
And you have to finish it
Yeah, you gotta drink it all.
before...
Meanwhile, you're not eating anything.
Okay, so for 24 hours before the procedure, you have to be constantly drinking something that's making you piss out your asshole.
Yeah.
And you
basically.
can't eat.
It's not like that. It's like explosion.
Constantly, though? Like how often do you have to go to the bathroom, do you say?
Usually it hits me the second, because you got to do them in like 15-minute increments. And after the second one,
Do what in 15-minute increments?
you got to drink like a 16 ounce or whatever.
Every 15 minutes?
Yeah.
What happens at night, though, when you're sleeping?
Well, you stop at a certain point and then you restart in the morning.
But don't you have to keep waking up and shitting?
No, it levels out eventually. But after the second 16 ouncer is when it starts kicking in for me. So,
Damn, dude.
and I have to get one every year because
And
I've been blessed with a an issue.
Yeah.
So
That's just the thing, man,
But-
is it's really quick to look at people and just assume based on their looks or their car or anything
everybody's messed up, man.
that they're better than you or worse than you.
But that's the worst part of my colonoscopy is that
You don't know who's going through what. You don't. You know what I'm saying?
I look forward to getting high, to be honest with you, because I can actually legally. They dope me up, and I'm feeling great. I don't remember anything until I wake up the next morning.
Yeah. See, back in the 80s when I had mine, it was under a slightly different circumstance.
Yeah.
And the technology back in the 80s was really crude. Like, you know, I don't know when's the last time you saw, like, a movie that shows, like, hospital equipment from the 80s or 70s, but it was crude, dude, back then.
Yeah,
I don't know if you were in the hospital back in the 80s for anything, but everything was crude.
No,
back
just
then.
stitches.
But I guess nowadays, like, when I had my colonoscopy, not only was I in there because I was dying and they were trying to diagnose what was causing me to bleed out my asshole, but they also had to, you know, do it forcefully without me drinking that stuff, and I wasn't asleep.
Yeah.
But I guess now, don't they knock you out?
Oh, yeah. And I'm a big guy, so they don't know. I don't really think they know the measurement of what they give me.
Yeah, so
it's
that's
great.
so. I think if I didn't have to drink a bunch of stuff that was going to make me shit my brains out for 24 hours and having to starve
It's not.
myself.
It's not 24 hours. It's starving sucks too, but
I thought you said 24 hours.
no, it's like the day before and the morning within a 24-hour period. It's not the full 24 hours. It's like I'm gonna go to work the day before, and I'm gonna get home and just start swigging.
That sounds great.
It sucks.
Yeah, I'm sure one day I'll have to get one, and I'm gonna absolutely freak out.
I get one every year, so you can call me up and I'll tell you.
No, can I film it?
Can you film me?
Yeah.
I don't think you can.
Why can't we film it for the show?
I can ask, but
We are filming Josh getting a colonoscopy for the show.
I don't think they'll let us in or let you in.
Do you know who Bill Mahr is?
Yeah, he's the late night guy, right?
Yeah, he's one of them, one of many. You know anything about him other than that?
Not really.
He either has or had, he definitely had, but I don't know if he still has, but he had a late night political talk show. And he's Democratic.
HBO, right?
Maybe. I don't know. I've seen his show before. I think it was Real Time with Bill Maher. I don't know. All the internet shit's turned off in here, so we can't look anything up, or else it screws with our microphones. I don't know why. But anyways, Bill Maher, yeah, he's a political kind of analyst, comic.
All right.
He's not a stand-up comic. He's just a late night personality. That's
There's a bunch of them.
political,
All right.
right? And
Is he any good?
he's Democratic.
All right.
Okay? He's a Biden guy.
All right.
However, on his show last week or earlier this week or over the weekend, I don't know, a bunch of people tweeted about it that I follow on Twitter, and then that's how I saw it. And basically, he lights up his own party. He lights up the Democratic Party and says what he feels is wrong with the Democratic Party.
So he's not a happy Democrat.
No.
All right.
He thinks a lot of things that I think a lot of us think about the Democratic Party and how they're acting and what they're doing. Anybody can look it up. It's Bill Maher's opinion, but everybody who tweeted about it is Democratic. And they're like, yes, these are the problems that we agree are wrong with our party. You know me, I'm independent. I voted for Democrats, I voted for Republicans. I'll always vote for whoever I think has the best platform. Doesn't matter what side they come from. I don't like either candidate this year. Didn't like either candidate 4 years ago, you know? But anyways, that's not the point. It's the point is there's problems on the right. There's problems on the left. But if you ask me, from somebody who's literally in the middle, just wanting whatever's best for America, just standing in the middle watching the left and right fight, I feel right now the left has a lot more problems than the right does. And even people who are on the left, who are Democratic, are agreeing with what Bill Maher said about the Democratic Party. It's got everybody going, yes, these are the things we want to fix to get democracy back to where it is. And I'd like to send it to you and get your opinion on it.
Sure.
And have you watch it. But, yeah, I mean, I listen to people go off about the right every night. You have to listen to it on whatever news station you turn on the last 4 years.
Yeah. It shut the news off.
Yeah, I have too. That is the best thing anybody can do, especially soon, because people who have been watching the news ever since the election have ended are thinking that the world is one way right now, when there's a storm brewing, let's just say that is going to end up smacking people across the face because the news is portraying like it's just but there's a storm coming, man, and I'm afraid people are going to be blindsided by it.
I'm having fun.
Okay, yeah, really? Yeah, it sounds...
Yeah.
Dude, you look like you're having your fucking colonoscopy right now, man.
I wish I was. I get so in a funk when the colonoscopy comes around because they tell you like all the stuff that could happen, what they could find. So, yeah, it does throw me into a little funk.
Why do they do that?
Because they just want to let you know what's coming down the road for this.
I actually told a joke about that one time on stage. And it was a true story, dude. I was on like weather.com just because I wanted to get the weather forecast.
Right.
And it had one of the ads on the side of the webpage, and it said something like, how to know if you have a brain tumor. So I was like, shit, I want to know how I know if I have a brain tumor.
That's like WebMD. You could go and...
Yeah, you can go and you can scare the fuck out of yourself, dude. So I clicked on this shit, and it was 4 signs that you might have a brain tumor.
Yeah.
And it was like, do you find yourself tired sometimes?
Always.
And I'm like, yeah, always. And then it was like, do you find yourself, sometimes it's hard to fall asleep? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yeah, definitely. And then it was like, number 3 was like, do you sometimes lose concentration or have trouble concentrating? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then it gave some other thing. And then I was like, holy fuck, I got a brain tumor according to this fucking ad.
Search.
And it's just like, no, I don't. It's like, it just gave 4 super generalized things. Like, who isn't tired occasionally? Who doesn't occasionally have a problem concentrating? You know? All it does, especially for somebody like me, is going to freak somebody out. Yeah. I don't know why they have to do that to somebody like you that's going into have a procedure and be like, yo, we could open you up and we could find a bomb. Yeah. We could find fucking Ebola. We could find a fucking rattlesnake. We could,
And they
why?
They bring up your past reports on what they found, and this is what could happen. And
why do they have to do that?
Just so that they don't get sued.
Stupid. Yeah. That's why I wish Dr. House actually existed. I want someone like Dr. House.
He was British. When I found out he was British, it blew my mind.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, when I first started watching House, I didn't know that he was actually from Britain either.
And then he starts talking, and you're like, whoa.
Yeah, it's amazing that he can do just a perfect American accent.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'd like to think that doing a British accent for Americans is easier than British doing an American accent, but maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
But like the way he talks,
I suck at talking British though.
You can't even.
Crikey, mate.
You can't even speak English. Crikey, mate, dude, is Australian.
Throw another shrimp on the barbie.
That's Australian.
That's close, right?
Yeah.
British.
Where are you from? Austria. Just throw another shrimp on the barbie. Austria and Australia are, yeah, dude. I had a kid tease me once, and he was like half my age, and he made me feel like a goofball. We were in school one day, and I got Australia and Austria mixed up. And I'm like, hey, I heard you going skiing in Australia. He's like, yeah, that'll be great when they get snow. Or something real snide like that. Like when I met Austria.
Yeah.
That's where he was going.
Yeah.
And he just gave me that snide kind of, and I was just like, ugh.
Side note.
I think that
Christmas is coming.
certain people were just born in the wrong century and in the wrong state.
Maybe.
I think you fit in that category.
Probably.
I could see you more in the 1700s and
1700s.
in like Kentucky.
I like Kentucky. Kentucky's a nice state. I don't know about the 1700s. I don't even think Kentucky was a state in 1700s.
Or the 1800s.
I'm sure there's Kentucky Derby.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of
Horse racing.
horse racing. Yeah,
You don't like gambling?
I love to gamble. Just not on horses.
You don't like it?
I could absolutely give a rat's ass. No, even if I had a rat's ass to give, I wouldn't give it.
You don't like the fancy hats?
No, I don't like anything about horse racing. I don't
girl-
care about the horses, the 102-pound jockeys, the crazy rich people that own these wild stallions. I don't know. I don't. There's nothing about it I like.
You
I don't like
think
NASCAR either.
Yeah, NASCAR's kind of.
Even though I love cars and I love driving, just don't care for NASCAR.
They have like Toyotas in now, and they got like crazy cars. They got Kias.
Yeah, but yeah, whatever.
What happened to the American?
Oh, here we go. What happened to the America?
The Dodges, the Chevys.
Whatever happened to the America I knew?
That was just everything.
Yes, that's it.
I think I might have lied about the news because I do watch a little bit of the news at the gym.
Okay.
So
Thank you for coming clean about that.
yeah,
This has been another episode of the Views from the Jon podcast. I've been your host, Jon Arez. This has been,
big sloppy.
hey, you said it, not me, brother. Josh will not be with us next week
No, happy Thanksgiving, man.
because next week is Thanksgiving.
And I'm taking off Monday.
Yeah, so Josh will not be here next week. So we are going to have a surprise guest host.
Who?
What about the week after?
Who's going to be a surprise guest?
I don't know. It's a surprise. What about the week after? You still out?
I don't know yet.
You coming back?
I'm going to shoot back. I plan on coming back, yeah.
All right. So Josh will just be out next week.
I got some
Then-
stuff going on.
Then he'll be back. So yeah, you'll be out for, it'll be 2 weeks from today that you'll be back.
Yeah,
here.
I should be back by Wednesday.
And you should have plenty to talk about. 2 weeks worth of living.
Yeah,
You should be quite vocal.
should be. Maybe.
Well, let's hope so, man. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you could do us the greatest favor in the world and hit the like button, maybe even hit the subscribe button, maybe even share this podcast with somebody that you might think could remotely be entertained by it, we would greatly appreciate it. God bless you, and we will see you next. Next podcast will be out on Thanksgiving. So if you're looking for something to do after you stuff your face with some pumpkin pie and some turkey, there'll be a brand new episode of The Views from the Jon for you to tune into with your cousins while you pass out from the tryptophan. Right?
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, brother. And happy Thanksgiving to all of you guys at home, even though I'm going to wish it to you next week. This has been another Views from the Jon. I just keep rambling. We'll see you guys. I'll see you guys next week.
2 weeks.
And he'll see you in 2 weeks.
See ya.
Peace out, everybody. Episode number 59. This guy over here, over here
Yeah, there I am.
is
Josh,
Josh.
how's it going, everybody?
And hello.
Hey.
We got a great one in store for you today. We got a good one. Well, you know what? Maybe I don't have a good one. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Jon, and welcome to another
Episode?
episode of my podcast called the Views from the John
Views from the
podcast.
John.
I'm John,
I'm Joshua.
and welcome.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Thanks for being a part of the show. If you
Maybe you need to somebody better. Maybe I just suck at it. 3 topics.
I think I suck too. I think this is the last episode ever.
Is it?
Yeah, this sucks.
I don't think it's.
Everything sucks.
No.
Everything sucks.
Why are you being like this? Don't be a Debbie Downer. Think positive.
Dude, I'm Mr. fucking positive.
I don't know.
When asked for clarification, the president's lawyer and treasonous pig Rudy Giuliani had this to say.
No, this is just a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. And we need everyone out there who don't think their voices are heard to make their voices louder.
You realize you made yourself 68?
I know. I goofed it.
What do you need a fake ID for?
So I can vote.